Match corner Peterson to serve to Takeshi Kimura. Love all. Play.
So the first of the men's doubles semi-finals, the European champions. Mads Conrad Peterson and Mads Colling up against the #1 seeds. Now, if you were with us before, earlier in the week, you'll know that Keigo Sonoda is a very fidgety sort of a player. There he is. Well, I thought last year Mads Conrad and Mads Colling, in reaching 2 Super Series tournament finals in India and also in Paris at the French Open, I thought they were on the verge of making a big breakthrough, but this year they haven't managed to reach any Super Series tournament finals. Of course, they have won European Championships. And in contrast, I think Kimura and Sonoda, Steen, have come on in leaps and bounds in the last 12 months.
Yes, they have. They have taken over as the Japanese #1 pair in style, we must say, by winning the last Super Series here. Whereas the Danes, I think, 2 major things is the reason that they've suffered a dip in form. One, Mads Conrad has become a father, and of course that changes your life a little bit, or actually quite a lot.
Yes.
And they were very, very disappointed that they were not selected for the Olympics instead of Bo and Morgensen. Felt that they were the better pair going up to the Olympics, and I think that's been tough for them to swallow that. But now they're back at the biggest stage here, so let's see what they can do.
Yeah. Yes, I think it was March that Mads Conrad became a father, baby daughter.
Service over. 3-all.
Well, they're going to have to be careful lifting to Mads Carling. Well, coming down from a height of 3 meters, over 3 meters. Not too bad in defence either, is he?
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know what smash height that came down from. From Kimura. Oh, look at that. Well, he really does hunt the net, does Mads Conrad. Former European Junior Champion in men's singles. That was 2007.
And he actually wanted to pursue his possibilities in men's singles and had a little bit of a quarrel with Morten Frost over that decision, and it made him quit badminton for a year because he wanted to play singles, and Morten said, hey, young friend, your future is in the men's doubles.
Play.
Oh, Morten Frost proved right. Hasn't something similar happened with the son of my former mixed doubles partner?
Yeah, Rasmus Flatberg.
Yeah.
The son of Steen Flatberg, former world champion in '83. He's also shifted category to men's doubles at the moment. Became Danish champion in men's singles. He's reigning Danish champion in men's singles, and then changed.
Flatberg?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
5-6.
Park Ju-bong and Ryoni Manaki on the Japanese coaching bench. Park Ju-bong in the red
Play.
tracksuit top. Former world and Olympic champion. Represented Korea when he was a player.
Six all.
Yeah, only one title missing, I guess. The Olympic gold in mixed doubles. He was in the final in '96, but lost out to fellow Koreans of Kim Jong-ah and Kim Dong-moo.
That's correct.
Service over.
And he was playing mixed
7-6.
doubles with Ra Kim-min, who is now married to Kim Dong-moon.
Service over.
And I actually think a bit of the disappointment of not being selected for the Olympics for Conrad and Colling was due to the encounters with this pair, Kimura and Sonoda, in the Indonesia Open, where Carsten Mogensen made his comeback after his dreadful aneurysm.
Yeah.
Because Bo Mogensen, they beat Lee Jin-hui and Lee Junhui and Liu Chen, who we've seen in this tournament in the first round, and then lost to the Japanese pair we're watching here. And in the next round, the Danes beat the Japanese pair quite convincingly, 21-13, 21-12, and I think they felt that that result proved that they were the better pair at the moment compared to Bo Mogensen, and maybe they were right. The problem for them was that the Olympics was only 2 months ahead, so
yeah.
Bo Mogensen still had 2 months to get into real good shape.
Oh! What reactions from Takeshi Kimura.
Service over. 8 all.
Short grip he's got, look at that.
Yeah. The shorter the grip, the quicker you can accelerate your racket. And then you say, okay, why don't they play with an even shorter grip? Well, there's a fine balance between that and the amount of power you can generate.
That's a good smash from Sonoda.
9-8.
First Japanese men's doubles pair to finish the year ranked #1 on the Superseries standings. There's been 2 women's doubles pairs, of course. If you were with us earlier today, you will have seen Matsutomo and Takahashi. They've done it 3 times. And the other pair, Steen, from Japan, the women's doubles. Oof, that's a good serve. It's going fast and furious, isn't it? Oh, brilliant. Oh, it's called wide.
Yeah.
There's a challenge. Got to be a challenge. Yeah, challenge here.
I think the linesman got it right, but it was really close.
Yeah. Let me tell you that other women's doubles pair who finished #1. Oh, go on then, have a guess.
I don't think I can guess it.
Shizuka Matsuo and Mami Nato
Oh.
in 2012. Here we go. What does Hawkeye say?
It's in.
Caught the line.
Then it was a beautiful shot then.
Correction in. Ten, 8. Play.
He's got such reach, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, we know about, obviously, that he can create the angle. We saw earlier that 3.15 metres. that he was hitting the shuttle down from, but he can stretch out wide. I mean, on those drives there, very, very difficult to get it past him. Oh, again, great defense from Kimura.
Off. Play.
Oh, that was a good serve, wasn't it? Well, it is the European champions who have the narrowest possible advantages at the mid-game interval here in the opening game. Just 11 minutes of play.
Tredje eller fjerde bold, så krydser de generelt med det samme, hvis vi giver fart.
Det er godt her til sidst, hvor vi trykker, stopper.
Stopper, ja.
Kommer lige begge to til at slå lidt for meget plads til.
Eller tryk, eller over.
Ja, eller over.
Ja, men her til sidst, der får vi også biff op, ja, og ikke kun mellemspil ind omkring. Okay.
Godt sagt dem, hvis det rejer dem.
Ja.
20 seconds.
Men det er lige det der, hvem holder os inden.
20 seconds.
Yes. Det er pisse godt med i gang.
Anything of significance there, Steen?
Yeah, Kenneth spotted that if the Danes, they have the attack, Japanese defend, front court player pushes, then the Japanese immediately play cross court. And I think that's a very, very good spot, because that is the reason that the Danes are not getting enough conversion on their attack at the moment. So they were talking about stopping or blocking number 2 instead of pushing and so on. And then the Danes are not at all afraid of lifting to the Japanese pair, and that's interesting because we saw yesterday when they were playing Sukamuljo and Gideon of Indonesia that the Indonesians could not cope with the Japanese attack. And we discussed it also that they were simply not solid enough in their defense, but the Danes, they seem to have a lot of confidence that they can defend the Japanese attack.
Ready?
It makes a world of difference if you feel that you can lift to your opponents compared to you feel you have to have the control and play downwards or flat all the time.
So it's over. 11.
Of course, they don't want to go into some quick, fast, flat exchanges, the Danes, because we saw yesterday how fast the Japanese were in the flat game, both with the racket skills and the footwork.
Oh.
So it's over.
Oh, he's taking that low serve, just inches from the net.
Did he move?
No, I don't think he moved.
Just one small step on his left leg, Mads Kolding.
Yeah. Sorry, Steen, I thought you were referring, did he move before the serve was strike?
No.
No, he didn't. He didn't do that, but yes, he did move one tiny little step forward and still took it so early.
So it's over. 12.
Of course,
13.
the Japanese pair, they will have discussed also what to do to open the Danish defense, and I think what we're seeing here, the cross smashes, is part of the solution. Sometimes it gets a little bit too easy to defend the straight smashes if you cannot create an angle, vertical angle.
Oh my goodness, I'd love to know what height that was. Right, defensive shot, drops
So
long.
it's over. 14-12.
But look at the height here. Oof.
Service over.
Great
13,
patience from
14.
Sonoda and Kimura.
Play.
Wrong choice of shot from Mads
14
Conrad.
all.
Right onto the racket of Kimura.
Well played, very efficient. That little, it's almost a block, but it looks like a block,
15,
and then it's suddenly
14.
a lift. It was earlier in that rally. Keeps the court big for the Japanese pair. Cannot just concentrate on the mid-court and front court. They have to be alert also on the back court, and that's very important that Danes keep that in their game.
Play.
Service fault called, struck above the
Service
waist.
over, 15 all.
Well, his waist is awfully high, I can tell you.
I have to say I don't agree with that call.
No.
But I can understand why it comes, because it's unusually high position. But the man is 2.05 centimeters.
Keigo Sonoda, challengers called out.
Another challenge here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the challenge was immediate.
Challenge
So the line judge
unsuccessful.
was correct.
So it's over. 16, 15. Play.
Oh, my goodness, how quick was that?
Fantastic play.
17,
And
15.
the level of the Danish men's doubles is very dependent on how well do Mads Conrad play on the front court, because that's his role here, to challenge on the front court, challenge at the net, make sure that the Danes get control over the rally.
That drive defense.
Oh, he saved it on his knees.
Oh, yes, good rally, good rally. Takeshi Kimura
Service
making the
over.
winning shot in the end.
16, 17.
That one, that's an important save for the
Yeah.
Japanese pair. Made it 16-17 instead of 18-15 for the Danes.
Yeah, which which at this stage of a match is psychologically a huge difference, isn't it?
We saw Sonoda struggle a little bit on his lower serve yesterday. So it's interesting with him serving Thomas Kolding. That was a perfect serve.
17 all.
He's been on the practice courts since yesterday.
Yeah.
That was magnificent. Look at that. Skimmed over the net.
Eighteen, 17.
Three straight points to go into the lead.
Nineteen, 17.
About 4 straight points.
Play.
Been 3 costly mistakes
20,
from
game
Mads Kolding
point,
here.
17.
And now it's 3 game point opportunities for the #1 seeds.
So,
It's a good serve again.
game.
Oh, that's amazing. 6 straight points from 15, 17
won
down
by
to
Takeshi Kamura
close
and
out
Keigo
the opening
Sonoda.
game, 21-17.
21-17.
22 minutes for that opening game.
And came off that great save by Kamura.
Tryk bare ved at
stoppe den af.
Vi er nødt til at komme op og køre på den.
Ja, lige nok. Altså, vi bliver nødt til at rykke så meget på den, at vi skal ned og slå baghånden, hvis de så endelig når den over. Ja, ikke? Nej, men jeg tænker, at vi står lidt langt tilbage, men I spiller også for kort. Så tror jeg, at en enkelt gang, det kan være godt at have en enkelt kort opsamling. Eller en lang opsamling, bare lige for at få dem væk inden for de flade. Fordi de slår, og så bliver de lige stående, og så kommer det bort på toer. Ja. Her, ja, sidste ting fra herude, ikke? Når vi står dernede, så slår de meget herude på jer. Ja. Bare sådan lige har fokus på, at Ketchup måske ikke skal sidde der. Men lad os lige igen på her. Vi skal lige bygge op.
Morrison definitely saying something about the smash towards the left hip and the right hip. What was all that
Yeah,
about?
I think he feels that the Japanese pair is going a lot on the left hip when they have the shuttle in their backhand side, the Japanese pair.
20 seconds.
We talked about in the mid-game interval how the Japanese would adjust their attack in order to kill it on the Danes, and Kenneth says that they hit once and they don't move because the Danes always play flat defense back, and then they push on number 2. So he wanted the Danes to variate with a short defensive shot or a long, and then in general he needed them to come more forward and simply overload the front court. So if the Japanese pair would lift, they would have to hit a backhand or something of a lifesaver shot. So a lot of emphasis on the front court.
Yeah. Nicely done.
Service over. 1 love. Play.
Great smash from Tego Sonoda.
1 off.
Powerful and steep.
Service over. 2 1.
We talked about the pre-shot routine in the previous session where we saw Chris and Gabby Adcock qualify for the finals, and Gabby Adcock's pre-shot routine was quite lengthy, and I must say I think she's got it from watching Sonoda here. Because he seems to be the master.
Yes, and I know all his fidgety movement and his pacing up and down. There he is. I know that was bothering another Dane, Carsten Mogensen, in the final of the Hong Kong Open. He was getting very irritated by it. Oh,
great.
That's sweet from Kamara.
Service over. 2 3.
Oh, good serve.
Service over. 4 2.
Yeah, he thought about leaving it. Realised it was going to land in. Strings are gone in the racket of Mads Carling.
3 4. Keep it there, keep it there. Bernard, keep it there, Erik. Keep it there. Take it up. Take it.
Even the test swing there from Carling, it shows a little bit what he would want to do. And I mean, if we'd see the Japanese pair do a test swing, we'd only see them do it by the wrist.
Yeah.
They can generate so much power only by using the wrist.
Play. Calling.
Well spotted umpire. Dane's in the wrong formation. Yes, well worked.
And well played. Carling, the ones that he blocked, because second that one, because maintains the initiative, and then they can get an even better chance. Perfectly played.
flick serve.
I think it's generally a good idea to flick Kimura. I tried to have an eye on him, and I think he's seeking the net a lot. He definitely is, but I've noticed how much he's seeking the net, and I think they should try and work him a little bit on the backcourt, the Danes. When he's in the side-by-side position with Sonoda, then push it over him. Push it over him with a flat lift. Get him to the back court, open the front court up.
So it's over.
That's a nice smash. Look at that.
7-5.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
8-5.
And if you succeed in doing that 2 or 3 times, then he'll be a little bit hesitant towards the net, and you'll be able to handle him much better at the net then.
So. So it's over. 6-8.
And again, great anticipation from Mads Conrad. My goodness.
9-6.
Rally extended by 3 or 4 shots that I didn't expect. I thought that was the end of it. Good defense from Kimura.
Play.
Oh, goodness.
Great shot.
Yeah.
So it's over. 7-9. So it's over. 10-7. Play.
Here it was the Danes who targeted that left hip of Sonoda. Had to change his grip. Couldn't swing at it directly.
So it's over. 8-10.
There have been 1 or 2 errors from this man, haven't there, on the blocks from, from the flat pushes.
Yeah, and I keep thinking back on what Kenneth Jonasson said to Jan Jorgensen in the first game of today's matches. Sometimes you want the points a little bit too quickly. think the same could be the case for Mads Kolding, that he wants to play a too good shot.
Oh, that's sweet. Well played. Yeah, and Kenneth Johnson was a very patient player himself, wasn't he? And I remember hearing a story that he'd been a royal foot guard at the Royal Palace.
That's right, yeah.
In Amalienborg in Denmark, and therefore must need patience for doing that, standing on sentry duty.
Yeah, patience and discipline and so on, things that sort of defined him as a player. His work ethics that he's sort of passing on to his players. You can see that the men's singles players is in really good shape. You can see that Christina Pedersen, Camilla Juhl has bettered their physical shape.
Yeah. The reaction speed of the two Japanese players, absolutely extraordinary.
And they've closed the gap again, exactly like the first game. 10-all now.
Play.
I think Mads Kolding was shouting, no, but that would have stayed in my opinion.
Yeah, I am with you on that. I agree with that. So on a run of 4 straight points, it's Kamara and Sonoda who have the 1-point advantage. And the game into hope.
Ikke nå op i ketchup, hvis bare spiller den direkte med. Så bare så stop den af eller lave noget. Når vi slår, så skal vi stadigvæk hele tiden slå, og så vil vi fremad. Der kommer ikke noget. Hvis du slår kryds, så ved du, så kommer den lige tilbage til dig. Slår du lige, så kommer den lige tilbage. Altså, de ligger ikke.
20 seconds.
Det er det eneste.
20 seconds.
Vi spiller pissegode dueller, vi vidste. Vi ved bare ikke en. Drenge, det er rigtig godt.
Oh, very passionate talk there from Kenneth Johnson.
Yeah, and just a few informations on how to manage their own attack, what they should focus on, and then a lot of positive affirmations. We're playing really well. We're just not winning the last couple of rallies here, so it's really, really good. And thinking back to the decisive rallies of the first game, I think that Kenneth is focusing on some of the right stuff, that it's so important to keep yourself positive. We saw that Kimura, he saved that crazy rally that sent the Japanese to 16-17 instead of giving the Danes a 3-point lead, and it seemed like they never recovered from that.
Yeah.
So it's over.
So we talked about it earlier today, this thing about being a little bit slaves of your emotions, that you've got to get over it. You have to accept that you can't win all rallies, and sometimes there's rallies that you feel you should have won and you're going to lose them, but it's going to go both ways.
12-11.
5 of the last 6 points to the Japanese pair.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that block. Oh, my goodness. Look at the dive. Oh,
no.
Brilliant. What a rally.
13-11.
It's unbelievable. A dive behind the back, backhand. It had everything. Look at that. Dive, the cross-court net shots. And then watch this. How on earth did Mads Conrad get that first one back? And so the rally went on. Well, that is just phenomenal, isn't it? Look at that. He gets up so quickly. That's what I can't believe. And look at that. Behind the back backhand. Then what? 2 off the floor, 3 off the floor. Just fabulous.
Come on, Park, let's get a smile now. Come on. No, we didn't get it.
Oh, surely that's got to be our play of the day.
Yeah.
I wonder psychologically what that rally's going to do to the
14.
Danes.
That was a tough one. That was a tough one. But I mean, if there are those dogfight rallies, the faster players will win the majority of them.
Yeah.
I don't know the actual percentage. It doesn't matter really. You just have to accept that if you play rallies like that, the faster players are going to win most of them.
Yeah. 7 of the last 8 points for the Japanese pair.
What? Service over. 12-14. Receive.
And how long time is it since we've seen one of
Service
those
over. 15,
flat
12.
lifts played over the Japanese pair from the Danes? It's ages since they've
Yes.
done it.
Yeah. It's all getting very fast and furious, which is, as you've just pointed out, suiting the Japanese pair.
And it's all happening on the front court.
Yeah.
And it,
16,
we saw one
12.
from Mads Conrad, but that doesn't count because that's a lift. It was from a flat game position that you were supposed to lift it, you two Danes, if you wanted to win this match.
Play. Service over.
Just escaped that.
13-16.
Mads Conrad could easily have landed on his back.
Yeah, he did well to get out of the way of that, didn't he?
Yeah. As you can see, he touches the net, but only after the shuttle has landed, and then it's okay because the rally is dead. Good move.
Yeah.
14-16. Receive, receive.
Excellent play. There we saw some of the tactics that Kenny Jonathan was
15,
talking about.
16.
Moving the Japanese pair, making the court big. Terrible service.
Service over. 17-15.
In fairness, Sonoda was quick onto that, but it was loose, wasn't it?
Yeah.
18-15.
Great courage by Sonoda.
Matt Scholar Peterson.
Yeah, the
Challenges
Danes are challenging.
Out.
It's long. Once again, the linesman was right.
Challenge unsuccessful.
They've been outstanding here in
One challenge remaining.
Dubai, in my opinion.
19-15.
Done a really good job.
Play. Service over. 16-19. Takeshi.
Well, it's now or never, isn't it? For the Danes, 3 points adrift. Yeah. That's well taken.
17-19. Okay, go to you.
Ooh, a challenge.
Oh, yeah. Well, you have to, really.
Yeah, that's
Otherwise it's match points.
Challenges called in.
it's a hoping challenge, but it might have a chance to succeed because they're really tough to judge. The sliders that is flying really low, close to the court for a long time. No.
Well done, line judge. And that means that it
Challenge
is
unsuccessful.
match
No
point
challenge
opportunities for the number
Service
one
over.
seeds, Kamora
20.
and
Match
Sonoda.
point 17.
Oh, that's very, very nice.
Ooh.
What a good rally again. Well saved by the Danes.
Service over. 18-20. Peterson. Not quite even. Play.
So that's one match point saved. Another two remain for the number one seeds. Oh. Well.
And he's taken responsibility the last
19,
couple of rallies,
20.
Mads Conrad, because he's been moving forward relentlessly.
Peterson.
A do-or-die attitude.
Play.
Very important service here from Mads Colling to Keigo Sonoda.
Yeah, it's a good flick too.
Game.
But in the end, on their third match point opportunity,
Keigo.
Takeshi Kamora and Keigo Sonoda beat the European champions Mads Conrad and Mads Colling in 2 straight games, reversing the result on Wednesday in the group stage of the Superseries finals. 21-17, 21-19.